Alright, so to start off the soup, I'm going to go ahead and use my Instant Pot, and I press saute, and basically what it's going to do for me is I want to boil the meat first, so that way it kind of cleans the meat, and then I usually boil it for 5 minutes, and then I dump that water out, and I'll show you the next step. Alright, so the meat is in the pot, and I just kind of wanted to show you what kind of meat I have in here. So I went to the Asian market off Waterman in San Bernardino, and I got pork bones, so that we can flavor the broth really good. And from Costco, I purchased pork belly and just cut it in little tiny pieces like that. So here's another one. And then I'm also using, let me find one really quick. Here we go. So these are the little pork ribs. And I got those at the Asian store as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with water and cook it for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to dump out this water to have a cleaner broth. 5 minutes. See all this scum coming up? I'm going to go ahead and get this meat rinsed. Alright, so I rinsed the meat and I've added some fresh water. It took about 10 cups. And I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on, and I'm going to press the meat stew button, and I believe it cooks it for about 30 minutes or so. I wanted to go ahead and show you the items I'm going to be using for the soup today. And the soup is a Filipino soup. It's called Sinigang. And I like to use this package here for the flavoring. And it also has instructions on the back on how to make it as well. I will be adding some personal favorites of mine. I like to add carrot. This is like an Asian squash. This is radish. We've got string beans. We're going to add some tomato. I like to add bok choy. You can also do water spinach as well if you like. I'm going to add some taro, and then I have red onion, and then I have pearl onion, so I'm just going to add a few of these too. Alright, so I've peeled the radish, and then you can just slice it any kind of way you want. I'm just going to go ahead and do some diagonal shapes or Alright, so I've got the carrot here. I've peeled it, and I'm going to go ahead and just do little circles. And I really like this knife. It has little ridges on it, and it makes the carrots look pretty cool. So this is the Asian squash. I'm going to go ahead and peel this. Alright, so I've got it peeled. I'm going to go ahead and just start to cut it in pieces. And I like bite-sized pieces, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so I got the long beets, and I rinsed them. I'm going to chop them into smaller pieces. Alright, so here we have the taro, so I'm going to go ahead and get this peeled. And these I'm going to just chop into halves. Here are all the vegetables that are all cut up. So we have our bok choy, our long beans, we have our taro, our white radish, carrots, and the Asian squash. Alright, so I'm actually going to switch the pot because the other one was too small. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the tomato. Alright, so we've got the tomatoes, red onions, the shallot. I'm going to saute this with some salt and pepper. Alright, so now that the tomatoes, and onions have sauteed. I'm going to go ahead and add the harder vegetables that take a little bit longer to cook, and then at the end I'll add the bok choy. Now I'm going to add some water, just enough to cover the veggies. That's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and add this little packet to the veggie broth mix. Alright, so I've gone ahead and added the bok choy, and I added just a little bit more water because the broth was super strong. And man, this flavor is so good. You can literally just eat the soup like that, just with veggies. So this would be a good idea to cook the pork separately from the vegetables, so that way if someone is a vegetarian, they can have soup from this bowl. So that'll be a really nice thing to do for your family. Alright, so the pork is now cooked, and now I'm just going to add some seasoning. So we're going to use fish sauce. You can use any brand that you like, and I'm just going to do a drizzle. And we're going to add the tamarind soup mix. Alright, so I added the whole package, and I'm going to go ahead and add some pepper. And give that a mix. Alright, so now that it's nice and seasoned, I'm going to go ahead and just pour a bowl of the meat. And then we have our veggies here in this other pot, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some veggies. I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste test. Let me get a little piece of meat here. Alright, there we go. Some broth. Oh, that's really good. And if you want to add some spice, you can add some Thai chili. That's some good stuff right there. And hope you enjoy.